I just got done closing my closet door because I got a DM after the last episode asking me to explain myself because my closet was so dirty. And listen, if you're in the closet or if you've been in the closet for as long as I've been, you're going to have a mess to clean up. So don't have time for that right now. Welcome, everybody, to episode 170 of Dunn and Drew. Eric, this is the 170th time we have sat here and introduced a podcast. Nice shirt.
Jersey. Come on.
Nice jersey. I look forward to talking about that later and what that's about.
Me as well.
We've made it to the... Oh, no, we still have one more. But we got to do this. Top NFL playoff teams off the dome. Surely...
yes, all four.
Surely we won't get stumped on this one, right? We won't not know what team...
Oh, there's two on my jersey, so you just got to think of the other two.
Okay, so you go first. Too much pressure.
All right, number 4, I'm going to take the Bucks.
Okay, questionable.
There's 14 left. They're all good.
Give me for 3. I don't want to be...
strictly going off. Actually, no. If I say that, nope, not going to do that.
I don't want to be prisoner. I don't want to be prisoner of the moment, but they just didn't. Of the teams remaining to pick from, they just didn't have the best. Actually, you could say Chiefs, but let me go Bills 3.
I'll do Chiefs 2. I think.
Okay. Agree.
They played how they needed to. I mean, they went for a lot of field goals, so the Browns were stopping them offensively. But if Mahomes stayed in, that game would not have gotten as close as it did.
No. When I was watching before I fell asleep, the Chiefs were just doing whatever they want offensively. They just didn't score in the end zone.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But that first half, second half, completely different.
Yeah.
And number 1, obviously, the GOAT currently.
Wait, it's my turn.
At
number 1, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers here because, it's going to go through Green Bay. Now, Aaron Rodgers, they're going to have to defrost when they come down.
The frozen tundra.
They're going to have to defrost when they come down here to Tampa. But right now, you're not beating them. You're not beating this team. Devontae Adams can do whatever he wants. Aaron Rodgers can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. So it's going to be mighty interesting to see if anyone can knock off the 2010 Super Bowl champions.
I think so. If anyone can do it, it would be Brady. It would be. If his defense plays like they did against the Saints, come on. They did beat him earlier in the year, but it wasn't -3 degrees. So, we'll see.
His defense will be playing a quarterback on the brink of retirement this time around, and they'll be in the cold. So, a little different. Those hits hit different when you're in the cold versus when you're in the Superdome.
Brady's played
or whatever it's called.
Brady's played in the cold.
Oh yeah, he knows how to play in the cold in January. All right, roll the intro, Tommy. All right, welcome back. Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
Got to get some shout-outs out the way. And speaking of shout-outs, I learned from many DMs this past week that my former alias, Adorn Schefter, got a shout-out on Pat McAfee's show.
Still thriving.
It was brief, but he's still alive. There are many people that have... there are many imposters, but there is only one and one original, Adorn Schefter.
It's suspended, right?
Yeah, suspended account, and it's been so long since I've had control of that thing that I just took it off my phone. I took it off of the accounts that I could use because there's so many times where I accidentally would click into it and I have to click out of it after being reminded that he's no longer. So he rests easy in Twitter's canceled archive folder of canceled accounts.
Had a great run though, and it's still running. So
Yeah.
You made an impact.
Still out here.
You made
yeah.
an impact.
It's like, I think it's everyone's favorite personality trait of mine, unfortunately. Like,
Damn.
I'm the guy with the Adorn Schefter account.
Guess that's got to be the next merch. Adorn.
That's a good one, actually. So we're gonna continue shout outs of YouTube viewers because you guys, been a lot of Jags fans because we're got to tailor to where we thrive. So we've been uploading some Jaguars content individually. If you're not here for that, sorry. But hopefully the YouTube algorithm does you right and doesn't feed you that stuff. I believe in the YouTube algorithm. It's a strong force. So I bet you haven't been seeing any of it if you're not a Jaguars fan. So here's the last 5 subscribers on YouTube. We have Heartbreak Kid 904. Shout out to Shawn Michaels. Possibly be him, but I don't think Shawn Michaels is from Jacksonville. We have Freestyle Aquatics Flyboarding of North Carolina is a subscriber. I'd like to know why, but don't care.
We might have a free excursion if we go to North Carolina.
True.
That's what it sounds like.
If you are listening or watching Freestyle Aquatics Flyboarding of NC, hit us up.
It's like one of those random names in our podcast reviews.
Yes.
Just say Greg.
Another one, Blackout 619. Shout out to Ray Mysterio here. Duval Till I Die, Jags fan. Shout out.
Anybody? King
Luca B. If it was King Luca D, I would have, my ears would have perked up, but it's King Luca B. And we've actually, because of you guys, I like doing the YouTube shoutouts because we've been recently monetized. So we are, what did we make this past month? $6?
We're thriving. I think we're up to 18 now.
That's awesome. You love to hear that.
You do. You really do. The threshold to get paid out is $100. So when we make our first 100 on YouTube, we'll let y'all know.
Do you get, because I see people get mailed like the bronze and the gold, the silver YouTube emblem. Is that when we get the YouTube logo thing? Okay, you pointing to, where is it?
Right there.
It's on your wall?
You can't see it.
God,
right
you're nice.
That's 100K, and then I stopped.
100K what?
Subs.
Oh, fuck.
There's 100. Yeah, you don't get one for 5K. It's 100K, 1 million, and then 10 million. So YouTube says, you better grind. YouTube says, y'all better post.
Well, we are. We're posting.
You want these plaques. Shit. Yeah, so we need a lot more of y'all. Share it. That's why I say share with your friends, parents.
Share with everyone.
We need 100K, buddy. Well, monetize for, baby steps. Like you could say this podcast is only a year old because we just started doing video last year. So technically, if we started in 2017, who knows where we'd be right now. So things are looking up, especially with the Jags season coming up. We may have a year like we did in 2017 where the video content will do a whole lot better. So, it's all up from here. Thanks for the monetization, guys.
So I got this thought while driving in my car, and I didn't really run this by you yet, so you can say no, and I can just take this out. But I know you don't say no to much. So, especially when it comes to content, you're a content god. So I was driving, I was listening to Drake's Take Care. Got flashbacks to when we did the cover back in the day. This time around, since we're monetized, we can't really add the instrumental. But I want to see if we can be good enough, Eric, because I think we can be good enough to trick YouTube into thinking that this is dead ass Drake and Rihanna. Do you want to try?
Singing ourselves?
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Okay. I'm with it. All right, so click that link that I put there, and then let me know if it plays an ad. It's YouTube, so I know it does. They thirsty. They're in their bag. They
NFL
know.
ad.
All right,
how appropriate.
Let me know if you can skip it.
Yes, another one. Ashley Furniture. I need it. Why they know me?
Yo, they tailored those ads
completely it's a bed.
To you. No, it's not.
It is.
Damn, you gotta turn your webcam off.
All right, I'm in the video.
If you guys are new, Eric doesn't currently have a bed. He sleeps on his floor, so
it is comfortable.
That's why it's funny.
Ashley Furniture Home Store. Should have clicked it. Fuck. Probably a sale.
It's still playing or what?
Oh no, I paused it.
Oh, okay. So you had 000.
Correct.
All right. Well, let's go. Oh, you want Rihanna or Drake?
Oh, Rihanna all day.
Okay. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm nervous.
Know you've been hurt by someone else. I could tell by the way you carry yourself. If you let me, here's what I'll do. I'll take care of you.
I'll take.
God, you're nice. I've loved and I've lost. Don't give me in the mood, bitch. Don't give me in the mood.
Down. Down. Yeah. I've asked about you and they told me things, but my mind didn't change and I still feel the same. What's a life with no fun? Please don't be so ashamed. I've had mine, you've had yours, we both know. We know they don't get you like I will. My only wish is I die real, cause that truth hurts and those lies heal. You can't sleep thinking a lie still, so you cry still. Tears all over the pillowcase. Big girls, I'll get a little taste on. Pushing me away, so I give it space on. Dealing with a heart that I didn't break. I'll be there for you. I would care for you. I keep thinking you just don't know. Run from that. Say you done with that. On your face, cause it just don't show. When you're ready, just say you're ready. When all the packages ain't as heavy and the party's over, just don't forget me. We'll change the pace. We'll just go slow. You won't ever have to worry. You won't ever have to hide. You've seen all my mistakes, so look me in my eyes.
If you let me, here's what I'll do.
What you gonna do, baby?
I'll take care of you. Come on.
I'll take.
Yes. I've loved and I've lost. Oops.
Yeah. It's my birthday, I get high if I want to, but I want you, but I lie if I have to, cause you don't say you love me to your friends when they ask you, even though they both know that you do. You do. One time, little love one time. You and all your girls in the club one time. Also convinced that you're following your heart because your mind don't control what it does sometimes. We all have our nights, so don't be so ashamed. I've had mine, you've had yours. We both know. We know. You hate being alone, you're the only one. You hate the fact that you bought the dream when they sold you one. You love your friends, but somebody should have told you something to save you. Instead they say don't
blah 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 blah.
Tell me
blah 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 blah.
I don't care.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
I don't.
Blah 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 blah.
Tell me
blah 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 blah
you
blah.
don't care.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
Don't.
Blah 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 blah
Tell
blah.
me
Blah 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 blah
I
blah.
don't care.
Blah 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 blah
If
blah.
you
Blah 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 blah.
I don't
Blah 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 blah
tell
blah.
you
Blah blah blah
you
blah
don't
blah.
care.
Blah 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 blah
If
blah.
you
Blah 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 blah. If you hurt by someone else, I could tell by the way you carry yourself. Yeah. If you let me, here's what I'll do. I'll take care of you.
I'll take.
What have you done, Rihanna? I've loved and I've lost. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
It might help, guys, if you play the instrumental while you listen to that.
Yeah, I tried to Timbaland it, But, I can only do so much. I can only do the boom, 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 boom. That's all I got.
And I, while listening to you, I kind of got caught in the moment and was just listening to you sing and forgot that instrumentals my natural instrumentals from my, would have helped if I did it for you. So I apologize if some of I'm lacking there, giving you support like you gave me support when I was.
It's all right. It's all right. We're out of sync musically. We haven't sang in a while.
It's a podcast. It's not a Saint
Broadway, buddy. Right. Support for Dunn and Drew is brought to you by Manscaped. I finally received my cologne, and it does smell good, Andy. It does smell good. Manscaped is what?
I've been wearing
you got a story.
No, but I've been wearing it instead of the Bora Bora lately, just because it lasts longer. Maybe I don't know if I was just used to the Bora Bora smell. But I find that this Manscaped smell lasts almost all day because I'll get a whiff of it. I'll be like, oh, that smells good. Who's that? Oh, that's me.
God, you're full of yourself.
No, I'm not. I actually have some confidence issues, but
not when you're wearing Manscaped's new cologne. Yes, it's just been released this year. It's to help you feel good, help you smell good all over and all the time. Hey. In addition to this cologne, Manscaped's got the Perfect Package 3.0. All your below-the-waist grooming needs. Hey, and this cologne has the same signature scent that's in all Manscaped formulas. It's the perfect complement to the collection that you get on the website. It's light, it's approachable, it's gentlemanly in all the right ways. Think of the cologne as your wingman for the night to keep you fresh and ready for anything. You guys got a date coming up? Spray it in there. You on FaceTime with a girl? Spray it in air. Tell her, baby, you can smell this through the phone.
Come on. And it'll make you more confident if you smell better, whether it's a virtual date or not.
Yes, get creative with it. It's calming. It's inviting. Light citrus burst, like Andy said in the last episode.
Yeah, I hit that on the nail on the head there.
You really did. You really did. In a beautifully designed glass bottle. Makes a statement.
It is very subtle. It's a very subtle, but also very good-looking bottle. It's square. It's a cube. It's like a Minecraft cube.
Minecraft cube, and it just sets the mood right. So get your Manscaped cologne. Get your Perfect Package 3.0, which comes with the trimmer, your crop duster, your crop ball deodorant, everything.
Is there a perk? Is there a perk using our code?
There's a perk using our code.
What is it?
I think it's 20% off
and
free shipping.
Practically giving this shit away.
Basically. That's code Dunn and Drew at manscaped.com. You want to smell good? You want to look good? Head over to that website and use our code. You already know the drill.
Support's also brought to you by our Patreon account, patreon.com/Dunn and Drew. I didn't know this was going to be such a hit, our last episode. So because, I was out of town, Thursday and Friday we didn't upload an episode, but what we did, which probably got more rave than a normal episode, we're gonna do the series of lost episodes. We're trying to dig up as many old episodes as possible. We started with episode 70. If you guys don't know, there was a period where we're recording and then I guess who was it? Sony?
It was UMG.
Someone claimed copyright on all of our episodes, so SoundCloud said peace, and all of maybe episodes 1 to, I don't know, 100 and something, was it? Or was it not? Did we not hit 100 yet?
I don't know. I could check. But
so
that Boogie Cousins episode was where we started. We started from where we had lost all the episodes. So I don't think we had hit 100 yet. But we lost a lot.
Yeah, because we would put music in our episodes. We thought that was
full
cute.
Long songs.
Yes, and I've said this before, as if people couldn't just open Spotify and play whatever song they want. We would play Kanye at the end,
we played 21 Savage. Like Halloween comes along, we pick a song from Without Warning, we just threw it at the end.
I don't understand what our thinking was there. So anyway, yep. All the episodes were deleted, but we've dug up some, and we're slowly. No, I'm not gonna do this every week because we normally record. But, if we can't get around to recording, or if, I'm feeling a little something midway through the week and just want to drop an old episode, that's what we're doing. So it was different. Listening to it was a little cringy at times, and my takes were awful and a little embarrassing listening to myself, but we're digging them up.
2 years ago that episode was.
Yeah, that episode 70 that we just dropped.
Yep.
Yeah.
From February 2018, right after the Parkland shooting.
Wow. So, I bet we had great takes on that.
We were in our political bag.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You went on like a gun rant.
Yeah.
Or like how the millennials are going to save the world.
And then, okay, stop. I remember
I listened to some of it.
I remember you telling me that, and I was like, wow, I've changed a lot in these last couple years. I can't believe we even dove that much into politics on that show. We're having, so patreon.com/Dunn and Drew. We're having some changes to the merch store, the loyalist.com/Dunn and Drew. I've already deleted some old merch items, and I'm not sure. We'll always have the Dunn and Drew logo merch out there, but I'm not sure how long the other merch items will be there. If you want the bubble shirt, NBA bubble shirt, I'm sure that'll be vintage one day. Then go, and then there's a few others that are left. So if you're interested, before I take them off, theloyalist.com/Dunn and Drew. Have a fire merch item dropping soon.
No pun intended.
So
unless it was.
That's it. Actually, no, it wasn't intended. You know what? It always confuses me why people don't take credit for good puns. Like they're like, no pun intended. Do you think they always mean the pun when they say that, and that's just another joke?
I think no pun intended is just something you say. Okay. But you technically do mean it. You just say that just to,
okay.
I don't know. It's a thing.
It's a white thing, right?
No, I say it.
Oh. So. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Let's tap into some sports talk. That's why you guys are here, I think.
Yeah.
Even though the duet was kind of lit.
You did the polls. They're not here for the sports takes.
Shit, I forgot about that poll. Forgot what won. What won? The camaraderie? Chemistry. Yeah. Jinx, kind of
synonyms.
Head coaching carousel. Let's get into this before we dive into the good juicy stuff. Rams defensive. They hired a head coach. The Chargers. The Chargers hired a head coach. They hired, which this name was not even mentioned when this carousel began rolling. They hired Rams defensive coordinator Brandon Staley out of nowhere.
Here I go. Who? I don't know offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators, buddy.
All right, let's do a quick little wiki search on this man. Oh, he doesn't even have a wiki. All right, I'll read what Google says about him.
That's a big who.
Oh, he's only 38, so they're going with the young, fiery assistant from Sean McVay's squad. Brandon Staley is a coach who is the... Oh, they already updated it. He's already the Los Angeles Chargers head coach.
Is his only title?
And the only thing he has in there, he previously served as defensive coordinator of Los Angeles Rams. So we know everything. We know everything about this guy. You're welcome. And he's 38.
Nice young guy for the Chargers and Herbert.
Yeah. Defensive mind.
Good luck stopping Mahomes.
All right, Titans. Scott, I keep reading this backwards. The Falcons, they filled their head coaching vacancy. They replaced Dan Quinn with Titans offensive coordinator Arthur Smith.
Who is that?
That's the guy. That's the guy. Last week, I said his dad founded FedEx.
Yes, I remember that part, but didn't look into that. So Arthur Smith is still a question mark to me.
It's funny how when the head coaching carousel begins and names are thrown out there, like this Arthur Smith name was huge, like when the Titans were rolling into the playoffs. But then once the hiring actually starts beginning, it's when these teams like lose in the playoffs, and when the team loses in the playoffs, it's funny to see like the Titans offense didn't look great against the Ravens. So it's funny to go from, Arthur Smith, great hire, to Arthur Smith, a little questionable hire.
The recency bias takes.
Yeah.
They're really funny. Like I saw someone when Chargers hired Brandon Staley, someone said, we're not going to talk about them giving up 30 to the Packers.
Yes. So
it's Rodgers.
So that guy gave up 30 to the Rodgers. And then Arthur Smith, like, unless he's bringing 200 yards per game Derrick Henry with him to the Falcons, I don't know. I guess we'll see how that hire shapes out.
Or bombs to A.J. Brown. What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? What are you doing, Smith?
Great receiver. Goodness. Another hire, Jets. Everyone was waiting. Really, everything got going once the Jaguars hired Urban. We'll get to that in a second.
Domino had to fall.
Jets, they hired Niners defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. Although I'm told he's Muslim, right?
Yes.
So I
do know him.
Maybe it's pronounced. Not gonna do it. Not what I was gonna do, but okay.
Oh, sorry, fuck. Sorry, Wiz Khalaf.
Shout out to Wiz. Wow.
God, fuck. Someone's gonna get offended at that.
Yeah, I know. But we're used to it. Maybe I'll bleep it or something.
You won't.
I won't. Always forget. And Niners got so with this Rooney Rule, it applies to any minority. So the Niners, I thought the person that gets the draft picks is the team that hires the minority.
Same.
But apparently it's not, because the 49ers got 2 third-round picks from this.
For giving away a minority coach?
I guess so. For grooming him or something? Why, it's a slave auction.
Hey, you helped the Jets hire a minority coach. Here's 3 picks. 2 picks. I don't know. Maybe there's a subsection in the NFL rules that says that. Minorities.
49ers get here we go. 49ers get pair of third-round picks after Jets hire Robert Saleh as head coach. In accordance with NFL's Rooney Rule revision, which incentivized teams to groom minority head coaching candidates.
That's not a great word.
Yeah, I don't like groom. It's weird. Is it a dog? Head coaching candidates. It is weird. It's like I picture like a villain holding a cat and like petting him. Anyway,
yes,
like getting Pokemon. Looking at like
I picture YouTube influencers grooming minorities.
Oh, okay.
That's the term they use with
Yes,
Chris
it is. That's
grooming minors. So now we're grooming head coaches? Minority head coaches? Terminology matters these days.
San Fran receives a compensatory third round picks in 2021 and 2022. That's interesting. So I guess this also incentivizes. I don't think it incentivizes. Like, I don't think the Niners said, "Ooh, let's hire Robert Saleh." I'm sorry if I'm fucking up his name. Let's hire Robert Saleh because maybe in the few years someone will hire him and we'll get. You know what? This is kind of like this is exactly like how compensatory picks work with players. You lose a good player to a team, you get draft picks for it, which I don't really understand. But
yeah, the 49ers didn't hire this man thinking about the future of giving him away as a head coach. It just happened that way because they were in the Super Bowl last year with a great defense, and that's where he got his name. That's where I discovered him from, last year's 49ers Super Bowl team. If they never went, I would never know him. I would be saying who to him as well.
So he's of Lebanese descent. He joins Brian Flores, Ron Rivera, and Mike Tomlin as the 4th active NFL head coach of color. Wow, there's only 4?
Come on, boy, you know this. Is it the NBA?
I guess the Broncos lost theirs. The Chargers
Anthony Lynn
lost
just got fired.
theirs.
They don't hang around too long. Eric Bieniemy might come out
as like as a head coach.
Yeah, I'm gay.
Does that count? Does gay count? You think?
Gay's not a race.
It's a minority, or is it?
I mean, not in the same sense.
No, he's the first Muslim head coach ever, and the 3rd Arab American head coach in league history. joining.
Are we moving forward?
I guess we are. Ex-Bears coach Abe Guybron.
Until he gets fired by the Jets. Probably won't, though. It's a 5-year deal. Hey, Darnold about to rise, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Jets are keeping Darnold. They're going to draft. Who are they going to draft? They need everything. So.
No, they're going to trade out of that pick and give someone. I cannot wait for the NFL draft. That is going to be so dramatic to see what happens at pick 2. And it's New York, so everyone's, media is going to be eating that shit up. I think by then we'll have a better knowledge, although there's not going to be a combine. So it was just announced today that there's not going to be a combine in the same form or fashion that
virtual combine.
Jeez. Where would you draft me? You see this? I did a little pump before.
You like a 6-round pick.
Oh, 6-round pick. Don't call me Minshew.
Practice squad. You get called up when one of the players gets Get out there, Willis. I'm scared.
Isn't that sad? Like, I'm too old to be like a walk-on in college now.
27.
How old do you have? Can you be as old as you want? Can you just because you
For
can
college?
You can just do college whenever you want.
Yeah, you can't play sports.
Why?
Because everyone else is young as fuck. They're not.
Is there a rule? That you have to be a certain age?
I'm pretty sure. You're not going to be 30 being like, yeah, let me walk on here.
Do you remember when they were doing? But do you remember
they do walk-ons in the NFL?
Do you remember when? I'm not saying I can make an NFL roster though. Do you remember when they were photoshopping LeBron James in an Ohio State uniform?
Yes.
And
Browns.
Yeah, but I'm talking to how old you have to be to play college football. Maybe
24 is probably the cutoff.
Jeez.
Because of all the red shirt rules. So sometimes players will get red shirted, and then if they get hurt, then they may get an extra year. Then if you transfer, you might get an extra year. So it depends. There's a bunch of factors.
I guess I'm past my prime. Don't call me Drew Brees.
Yikes.
Another hire, the Lions. I don't know if this is official yet, but they're going to hire Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. The most generic name. Lions, you suck.
He's definitely white.
Lions fans, DM me. I want to know. What do you think about this hire? Because I don't even know who this is. Andy don't either because he didn't even say where he came from.
It rings a bell, though. Like, I know I've heard this name. I'm feeling like I'm getting like ex-player vibes. I feel like I've heard this name before.
Because it's a generic name. Danny Campbell.
True. The Eagles are interviewing Josh McDaniels.
Where's he coming from? Broncos now?
Where's he coming from? You are big capping. Oh my God, the Patriots, bro.
I thought he had left the Patriots.
He's been with the Pats for like the past 10 years.
Okay, never mind.
Wait, maybe not.
Hey, sports takes. That's why they're here.
I know Bill O'Brien was there.
Now he's
and then
Bama.
What?
Bill O'Brien, he's Bama now.
Yeah, he is coordinator.
That's funny. Like Bill O'Brien destroys Houston's football team, but he's about to thrive with Saban. Mm-hmm. You can't fail with Saban.
And then from there, he'll get like another college head coaching gig.
Yeah, unless he just decides to stay in Bama, because I'm sure like the atmosphere there is great around football.
Did you see Tennessee fired? Or was it? It was some kind of violation where they had to get rid of their head coach.
I did see the firing, didn't see why. I saw it was Tennessee and said, "Oh, don't care."
It's like one of the most irrelevant SEC teams. Probably the most irrelevant.
They haven't been relevant since Manning was there. And Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs. That's a good name. That's a good name. So let's do so the next storyline is Deshaun Watson. He wants out. And I think so. Some people say there are reports that say there's no repairing that relationship and that he's not going to play another down for them. Did you see the tweet today? He tweeted, apparently there's some kind of march that was gathering on his behalf or some kind of protest because that's what everyone does.
It's weird.
And yeah, I've never heard of a protest on behalf of a player. For
an NFL player,
unless it's Colin Kaepernick. I'm sure there was a protest or two about that. So today he tweeted, "I'm hearing there's a march planned on my behalf in Houston today. Although I'm humbled, I ask that whoever is organizing the march cancel for the sake of public safety. COVID is spreading at a high rate, and I don't want any fans to unnecessarily expose themselves to infection." That's very
mature.
Sure
he's not confusing that with an MLK march?
What?
He's not a little conceited?
Possible.
It's okay,
maybe
it's okay, Watson. We're marching for MLK. Get the hell out of our city.
Or maybe a BLM march. Maybe he thought he was the BL.
What's up with Houston?
No, everyone's leaving.
Astros cheated. Harden's out. Watson wants out. What's wrong with all the franchises? Who they got?
So Harden went to Brooklyn. So everyone is making, everyone's replying to Adam Schefter's tweets. Any mention of Deshaun, it's every team fans has already photoshopped, unless you're set at quarterback, has already photoshopped Deshaun in the jersey. And I saw the Jets have a pretty good one. They have a pretty good Photoshop of Deshaun in a Jets jersey. And maybe he follows Harden to New York.
Only ones I've seen are Bears.
Because Bears fans, they want to right that wrong. And they have, if they, take a lot. And I don't think you can give Houston anything. Unless Deshaun just flat out says, I am not going to play for you, I don't think you can give Houston enough to get Deshaun from them, which is so, I'm happy as Jaguars fans, we're happy, but, as a player, we're not going to see him reach his potential because of how garbage his team is for at least 5 years.
I think he's already saying that he's not going to play for them again. It's just the season literally just ended, so he's not going to just come out and say that directly. But it's definitely leaning towards get me the hell out of here. He's probably texting Harden and saying, "Yo, how do I go about this?" Harden did the exact same thing until he got into a press conference and said, "Yeah, there's no fixing this relationship," and the man was traded the next day. Just like that. It was all this built up, and then he says, "Yeah, there's no fixing this," and then walks off the podium, and then he gets traded to the fucking Nets.
So if we see Deshaun Watson in public looking extremely fat, maybe wearing, maybe he took some pointers from James Harden. James gonna tell him, "All right, so you got your jersey on, right? All right, keep your pads on, put a sweatshirt on top. People will think you're fat." Remember when they did the fat NFL player edits?
Yeah.
That's what Deshaun Watson's gonna start looking like. People are gonna say
he was already spotted in a Falcons jersey.
No,
in Atlanta, a week ago.
Really?
So, but that was just.
Everyone's got a Falcons jersey.
He's from Georgia, so
yeah, you got it. Yeah.
We'll see. But he's definitely out of Houston, so.
Damn. All right, so Houston. I mean, maybe that's the best case scenario for them because, well, not the best case, but an okay case. Yes, you're gonna lose a franchise quarterback, but if you trade him with the Jets, you're gonna get this number 2 overall pick. Your salary cap's gonna breathe a little bit more. And they're going to give you a boatload of other picks. So
that would be quite the storyline if they traded him to the Jets. Get the number 2 pick, Lawrence Fields.
Yeah, actually, in the same division.
Yeah, fuck.
And then Houston, they'll just do a little reset, right or wrong. I mean, you don't know if Fields is going to be probably not going to be as good as Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's top 3 quarterback, but
don't know though.
If the Jets do want him, shit, it's right there in your lap.
So much has to happen. I feel like this will take a little while, just because the offseason is so long, and people can take their time with it. Because from what I've heard in the Jags organization, January, February, they don't do shit. Then March they start preparing for the draft, and April's the draft. So
got some inside info. I like it.
You're welcome.
All right, now so we're talking about coaches. I want to take a little detour there, but back to the head coaching carousel. The last one we hadn't done was Fox Sports' Urban Meyer takes the Jaguars job. We've been teasing it. I mean, we broke this news like weeks ago on the show, but it had to, had to take its time to develop and for the national media to come on board with it, which is okay that, they posted about the hiring without citing us. We ranted about it. We reacted actually immediately after it happened on our YouTube channel. So we uploaded a little video if you want to go check it out. But we're going to dive a little bit deeper with a Jaguar or a Jacksonville former player. He's been on the podcast before. Austen Lane. He has his own radio show in Jacksonville. He's passionate like us about the Jaguars. So he's a former player. So we're going to get some insight from him. So let's go to that interview now and welcome on Austen Lane.
What up?
What up?
Everything's working. Doing good.
Doing fantastic.
Fantastic. Is the mic okay? Like I'm just using my cell phone audio.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Best sounding guest we've had so far.
I was about to say the same thing.
Well, when you spend $700 on an iPhone, it better be
700. Man, you get a bargain.
No, I mean it was like it was through Sprint, so it's like the plan. So it's like 25, whatever it is.
Well,
like
we'll pay you. We'll pay you to come to our company.
For sure.
Yeah, I like that deal. I think how long is it? So we had you on originally.
Yo, we had him in one of the first 20 episodes. I feel like
a long time ago, but I feel like for some reason it hasn't been as long as it's been. But since you've been on, you have your own radio show in Jags, ESPN 690. Stop me when I get something wrong. Congrats.
So far, so good.
Congrats, kudos on 2 years. Didn't you guys celebrate 2 years like the same day Urban Meyer signed?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But then check this out. So, we have like the analytics where we can kind of tell who's watching us on Periscope.
Oh, and cool.
We actually, Brett, my co-host Brent Martineau, brought up the topic of Urban Meyer a couple months ago because he had like some quote on his old show on Fox Sports where he was talking about coaching. So we talked about that a little bit. Like, I think I kind of disagreed with him a little bit. I was kind of harsh on him, but we found out that he's actually watching our stream. So whether he...
Who was watching? Twitter, Urban?
Yeah, Urban was watching us.
What?
So, yeah. So he's actually watched our show a couple times.
Because Periscope's through Twitter, so it's showing you that his Twitter account was watching?
Exactly.
That's funny. He's good on social. He's got million.6
active.
He's got 1.5 million followers on Twitter. So
yeah,
I guess
he's doing something.
Yeah.
Hey, when you get 3 national titles with 2 of the most storied college programs ever, you'll get followers.
I mean, can you imagine if Nick Saban had Twitter? Like the followers DMs would always be open, man. I can't imagine that, dude.
Yeah, DMs will be open to all high schoolers, and it's not in the way that you think, but his DMs will be open to all high school seniors. You're good at football. I got to clarify that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm curious. So, what got you into radio, and what do you think you've learned in your 2 years doing radio that you didn't know before?
Yeah, so it was a crazy story, really. I was back home during Christmas break, like this would have been 3 years ago now, just hanging out, snowboarding, doing what I do back home. And I get a random call from Brent Martineau. Now, Brent Martineau covered my team and things back in 2010. So I knew of him, but I hadn't talked to him in like 4 or 5 years. So he just gives me a random call. I pick up and he said, "Hey, what are your thoughts about doing a radio show?" And at first I said absolutely not because I had no experience. I didn't know what it really entailed. Like I went to school for journalism and mass communications, but as far as the radio side, I had zero experience. So I told him no. And then he kind of talked me into it where it's like, check it out. It's just basically imagine that you're sitting at a bar, which I've been to a couple of them. Imagine you're for 3 hours a day. And I'm like, I can do that. So I said yes. We had a mock show the next day that the bosses and the producers loved. And then I was basically signed after that. So he'll tell you that like he always had me in mind. But the true story is the fact that he went down like his Rolodex in his phone. And since my name was A, I was one of them. So that's how that story goes.
Is there anything that like doing radio, like learning how radio works, like behind the scenes, is there anything that a normal person wouldn't know?
So it's crazy, especially in sports radio. Well, sports radio it's very opinion based, right? So
even if
every
you
day,
don't have like a take,
Yes.
right? Even if you don't have like a strong take on something, you
yeah.
kind of have to like fabricate something because you got to
So,
talk about it. You're on for 3 hours.
yeah, kind of like a little behind the scenes. You never want to agree with your co-host. So
Why
they
you
always
first take?
right? Like some like the very first episodes, you know, because I'm new to the game. So like Brent would say something, I'd be like, "Yeah, man, that's a good point." That's a good point. Yeah, man, yeah,
They'd be like, no, I can't do that.
no, you're absolutely wrong. So like I kind of learned that for a while. But the coolest thing about this gig so far is that, you know, like I always take pride in being able to kind of watch from a distance and watch how other people do it. And there was like some times where I'd try to be more professional. I would try to have like my voice at, you know, like, hey, today on the show, we got like, that's just not me, right?
Yeah.
So Brent has been really helpful with this. He just said, be myself. Even like when I cut like spots like an endorsement or commercial, when I first started doing them, I would sound like super professional and like, you know, kind of have this tone about me. And Brent always says, stop being professional. You're not professional. And that sounds bad when he's saying it like that, but I get what he's saying. So it's refreshing that I'm going into year 3 now, and I feel like I can truly be myself. And anytime you have a job where you can be yourself, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is fun because brands like they're attaching to your product because they like your relation. They try your relationship with the fans
Yeah.
is unique, and when you promote their product, if it's not that same type of energy, I can see
Yeah.
how that's what they're looking
And to
for.
be on a platform like you're on and be able to be yourself where you don't have to be professional, that's
No.
even 10 times better.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like, listen, I love football. I love the Jaguars, but there's a lot more to me than just that. So like, you know, usually I use my social media just to make people laugh or just do some random shit that people aren't expecting. And like, that's a benefit as well. It's all about spreading the brand. And I feel like my brand is almost like the anti-hero, where it's like, I enjoy making fun of the people that take it so seriously. And me, I'm more lighthearted and have fun with it. Now, that's to say I can't 100% be myself, because I have been in trouble a couple of times for saying words that I shouldn't say on the radio.
Oh, wow.
So I've had those conversations. Yeah, I think I said flock of hookers when I was talking about James Harden going to the party. And I said, well, I mean, he wasn't at a strip club, but there was a flock of hookers by him.
Which word did they like there? Was it the combo?
Yeah, I think flock of hookers kind of threw people off a little.
Flock of hookers.
Yeah, that's kind of nerve-wracking. Like, when you're talking and you got to worry about, what someone might come with the receipts. Hey,
there was actually, when I first started the gig, my first 2 weeks, there was a bet with my boys back home, and they all made like an odds board. And they made an odds board to say that the first time I get thrown off the radio for swearing, 2 weeks. But thankfully, I mean, I've been thrown off yet. Like, I've been scolded a couple of times. I've been thrown out yet, so we're all good.
Yeah, it's a line you got to toe, like, because is this your first time ever doing radio?
Yeah.
So like, you're going into this thing, you're like, at first you said, damn, I have to be professional, but then your co-host is like, nah, be yourself. But then when you get comfortable like that, you get too comfortable in that setting.
Yeah.
Like me, when I was doing the Jags at Home show, I put on a clown mask and I thought that was okay. And then afterwards, you're like, yo, bro, you can't be doing that. So like, there's like there's levels to this stuff.
There is level. Yep. Mediums.
So you're talking about your brand and like anti-hero, and I know you love your AEW edits. And I know you like professional wrestling. Have you ever thought about, because you have the physique and the look and the personality, have you ever thought about maybe dabbling in pro wrestling?
Yeah, that let's just say that opportunity has been presented to me a couple of times.
Really?
Not with AEW, but with a different company, let's just say. And they wanted me to go try out. It's crazy because I grew up a giant wrestling fan. And now it's cool because I have a 5-year-old son, so he's into it. So I can kind of live vicariously through him as well, because he's still under the impression like whatever happens. Like there's no script. Like it's just like it's real shit.
Still real to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's still real to me. So I don't know, man. I'm always up for new things. And I'm always up for pushing myself. But like, I always thought that if I was to wrestle and see behind the scenes, that would kind of ruin it for me. You know, it's almost like an actor. Like, say, like you work on the Avengers. Like, I'm sure like Robert Downey Jr. doesn't enjoy watching the Avengers because he's seen how it's made a million times, right? So like, I'll enjoy the sausage. I just want to see how it's made.
That's a good point. Like when I lived in Jacksonville and people were asking me, my family, like, hey, why don't you apply to work with the Jaguars? Every time I've done anything Jaguars related, I've hated it, or sports related in general, except for this podcast. I like doing this because, you know, it's not, you don't get behind the scenes. What'd you say?
I said thank you.
Thank you.
Not a terrible host.
But every time I've done anything behind the scenes for the Jaguars, I feel you. I don't like it because I just don't like the magic being like unveiled. So that's I guess that speaks to your passion about like watching pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's like seeing the lights turn on in a roller coaster. Remember we went to Disney?
Space Mountain. Yeah.
Oh, they turned the lights on at Space Mountain?
No, but I don't remember what we're talking about, but I remember that coming up. And I remember watching a video of Space Mountain with the lights on. It sucks. It's like, this is what you're screaming about?
Yeah.
This is a little train. But yeah, I think you'd be that takes some good restraint, because I think you'd be super good, obviously.
And listen, that's not to say like I wouldn't try like a one-off thing, like where they can appear one day, and who knows, man, maybe I'm sitting here talking to you on the show 4 years from now again, and now all of a sudden I'm like a professional wrestler. Like, I'm not close the chapter on that by any means. Just right now where I'm at in my life, I can't see myself doing it.
Respect. So you're off radio today because of MLK Day.
And I appreciate you guys having me on this, you know, this special day. I appreciate
it. We take no breaks here.
Oh, I enjoy the hug. I appreciate it.
And I figured you might have some things to get off your chest today, since you were off radio today.
Sure.
And I'm sure just one of the, you know, one of the most talked about things today was, I will get into Urban Meyer in a little bit, but the end zone touchback. What's your thoughts on the end zone touchback when someone's reaching for the pylon, they fumble, the ball rolls out? We saw this happen in the Browns game. Ball rolls out of the end zone. What's your take on that play?
So it's funny, man, because I usually don't tweet during football games unless it's like something funny that I observed. But when that play happened, I went on Twitter and I saw the backlash and I saw the outcry saying that's the dumbest rule in football. All right. And I feel like every time an offense gets screwed up scoring a touchdown, or an offense gets screwed up making a big play, people got a problem with it. You know, it's almost like the Arthur Fist meme where, oh shit, all of a sudden like the defense gets rewarded, here comes the Arthur Fist. So like when I saw that happen, I had no problem with it, because at the end of the day, whether you're in Pop Warner, whether you're in high school, the biggest thing is you hang on to the football. The football is the most important thing, and you don't turn the football over. So on that play right there, and I forgot who it was Higgins, right?
Yeah, it was Higgins.
Yeah. Higgins, you know, and I get what he was trying to do, but he was careless with the football, and the football got knocked out, and the Chiefs got the ball back. I have no problem with that play. I think anytime the defense, obviously me being a former defensive end, can get some help, especially in an NFL environment where it's about the offense, I support it. So I had no problem with that call.
Someone who agrees with me. Shocked.
No, for real, Eric, you feel the same way?
Yeah, it was bad play, because not just that play happened, but there was the helmet to helmet. So people were saying, yo, he fumbled because of the helmet to helmet. And still, I'm like, you gotta hold on to the football. I'm saying, if he didn't fumble, we wouldn't talk about any of these two things. So you just hold on to it. You score a touchdown. We move on. Chiefs get the ball. So that's how I defended it. I was like, don't fumble. Just don't fumble.
And this is coming from a guy who works for the organization. Enough said.
Under contract, right?
And I didn't feel bad for Higgins, because the play before that, he did something like he was like pretty cocky when he had a previous first down before that play, and then this next play he fumbled right after it. So I was like, karma.
Yeah. So Andrew, you think it should have been?
I'm torn, because I feel guilty saying that this play should go away, because I don't want to be prisoner of the moment. and, overreact to a play because, I'm salty about what happened. But, I wish I'd been presented to this before this happened so I could look at it from a completely objective point of view and not say, well, if this didn't happen, the Browns could have won, because I feel like that's in the back of everyone's mind.
For sure.
It's like the Saint. What was the rule that got changed? This involving the Saints, right? There was a play about offensive or defensive pass interference. And then they changed it because it was too much. It was like DPI could be reviewable. Is that what was changed?
They made it reviewable.
Yeah. So that, and then they did away with that, right? Because it was annoying. I can't remember.
I think it was. It could be challenged, right?
Oh, yes. It can be challenged, but I can't remember if they still do that.
Challenged within like 2 minutes of the game or the half or something like that. Like when the game's coming down to the wire, I think you have the ability to challenge that. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
So this one, I mean, it just feels like some rule that, when they were making creating the league, however many years ago, it's just I guess, or maybe, what do you think it happened? And then they were like, oh shit, what do we do when this happens? Or do you think they knew about it before they created football and are like, all right, now we have this scenario. What are we doing here? And I feel like
there's no way they knew about that.
No, because I agree. I think it actually happened. I wonder what they did the first time it happened. Maybe they just spotted it where he was when he fumbled.
I mean, that's a good idea. And listen, football goes a ways back, so I have no idea like when this play, came to fruition. But like, no one's that thorough in the rule book. Like, that play happened, and the referees are like, "Well, shit, now what?" So I don't know. Your question, I'm sure they probably gave the ball back to the team that was on offense.
They probably had no rules, and they were like, all right, play, and we'll see what happens, and then we'll make the rules after that.
Helmets. They weren't worried about that rule of a big fumble out of the end zone. That was the last.
They had goalposts right in the front of the end zone, so people could knock that.
Oh, true. What a dumb idea.
They didn't have any rules back then.
God, they were so dumb back then. No offense to anyone back then. But okay, so when they're making that rule, it just makes me think that they just made that rule just for fun. Like, all right, if you do this, what could happen? Oh, let's give the ball to the defense. It doesn't, like, if you were to recreate it, I would think the obvious thing would be, all right, you fumble and it goes to the end zone. You did lose the ball, so it has to be a punishment. I say put them back at the, first and 15 or first and 20 from the 20 or 15.
I disagree. You fumble out of the end zone, it goes to the other team. Like that is your touchdown. That is where the drive ends. If you fumble out of the end zone, your chance is up. I think that's a good rule.
Now, let me go and ask you this question. It's more of a rare play, but it's happened a couple times in history. Let's say someone gets like a fumble recovery, right? Like a defensive lineman, a linebacker, and they're going to score. And let's say, the team that fumbled, who's now trying to get the ball back, they tap the ball out of the end zone before the guy crosses that line. Like, should that guy in turn then still have the ball, or should the team that fumbled get the ball back because he couldn't on the football? Like, I feel like if you let go of the football and you fumble through the end zone, you should get it back. Or I'm sorry, the other team should get it back.
I don't know. You just work so hard to get that close to the end zone. I just don't see the. I mean, the defense didn't recover it. The defense didn't do their job and recover the ball. All they did was make you fumble. And in any other scenario, if they fumble out of bounds in the field of play, the offense keeps the ball.
Well, that make sense?
Yeah. So why would the offense not keep the ball if they fumbled out of bounds?
Because it's the end zone. Drives over there. So it goes other team. Drives over. Ball's out. Ball's out of play. End zone's not in play anymore. The ball's out.
Facts. But now let's be honest. If this happened to Jacksonville, then I would be
I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. Change the rule today.
I'd be calling the refs out. Oh yeah, I'd be going to Raj Goodell tomorrow.
Bro, we'd be marching on NFL Capitol. Wherever NFL Capitol is. We'd be marching with our flags.
That's the thing about football. When it happens to your team, you want everything changed.
All right, I guess there's Jaguars news. Urban Meyer signed with the Jaguars. What was your initial impression? Are you more excited for Urban or are you more excited for Trevor? Because for some reason, I feel like Urban has taken a front seat in Jacksonville, even though I don't know if maybe it's because Trevor isn't
draft
like
ain't
locked
happened
in.
yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because Trevor isn't locked in stone yet, but I don't know. It feels like he's definitely the headliner.
Yeah, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly here, Andrew. Like, I feel like Urban Meyer has overtaken Trevor Lawrence. And let's be honest, like,
It's so funny.
Yeah, he's the head coach and he's going to build the culture, but like, no one's going to buy Urban Meyer jerseys, right? Like, so
if there was, I would.
Why are people so excited? Maybe get like that Urban Meyer 3/4 zip Jaguars
yes.
or something. But no, why I think people are so hyped up about Urban Meyer, and to answer your question first, I'm excited to have him here. I think it's the ultimate boomer bust type of play. It could go very well, it could go very bad, but at least Shad Khan's trying something.
At least you're trying.
Right? Exactly. If you look at his resume right now, the past, literally 3 coaches have not panned out for Shad Khan. So I'm excited that he's swinging for the fences here. It could go bad, it could go good. We'll see. But why I think Urban Meyer has so much hype around him right now is because the whole way this process kind of took place. Like, there were rumors for a while that he was going to be the coach, and then he wasn't because of his health reasons, and he was going to come back and be the coach again. And like, it was like a roller coaster of emotions. And sometimes, it's not the destination, it's the journey that got you there. And I feel like with the Urban Meyer situation, it was a crazy journey. So that's why people were finally celebrating when he decided to put the pen to paper, because we were all riding this shit out together. And it was kind of a finally, in a decade of a lot of losing, the Jaguars finally got a win out of that.
2 decades.
2 kind of, we had our good moments 2 decades ago.
I guess 2 decades, yeah. So I would say decade. Back in 2017.
Yeah. Oh my God. For some reason, I think a decade ago is 2000. I got to remember that 2 decades ago is 2000.
Yeah,
so yeah. We're still in 2010. Oh my God.
We were good in the 90s. 2000s came, we won we had 3 winning seasons maybe.
Yeah. The worst, I think, well, there's some bad arguments, and maybe this isn't the worst, but a really bad one is saying that this is a risky hire. Well, what do the Jaguars have to lose? We've not done a super risky hire, and if this doesn't pan out, everyone's on board with it. Shad Khan isn't going to be like, no one's going to, I don't think people are going to flame him for this pick, and we've tried everything else, and the Jaguars, like, what's the worst that could happen? The Jaguars lose more games? Like, we're at rock bottom. It's not like we're the Patriots who Bill Belichick leaves and we got to keep this prestigious emblem. No, we're trying something with, I don't know. You have your handpick of any college coaches, not named Nick Saban, who's already done it before. I think Urban Meyer is who's won everywhere he's been. I think that's who you go to. I don't know who else you would try to pick.
And the people that are saying Urban Meyer isn't going to work out, it's like, okay, and what if he doesn't? We're going to be in the same position that we've been in for years. So
yeah, and
even better. I think we'd be even better left off if we promote someone from his staff.
No, without a doubt. And I think
the culture.
There's haters, I feel like, that don't want to see Urban Meyer make it. Yeah, obviously, there's the national media that now that Urban Meyer's in town, now that Trevor Lawrence is more than likely to come to Jacksonville, they have to start doing their homework now in Jacksonville.
Oh, I know.
Right? Yes,
have you been hearing that? Have you been hearing?
Right. So now it's extra homework for them. So they hate that.
And they've been exposing themselves with how little they've been doing their homework. Like, they're just now starting to talk about the Jaguars for the first time in years, and you can tell. You can tell.
Yeah. But
they know nothing about Jacksonville.
And it's
shout out Randy Moss.
How you can be on a national level, not do like a little homework on a team, but that's another conversation. But the other group of haters, I feel like, are some of the old coaches and analysts that have been in the game for a while. Because what I've grown to know, and I knew this when I played football in the league, is the NFL is a good old boy network. It's so ironic that we talk about it's about wins and losses to an extent, but it's about who you know at the same time. Like, there's plenty of guys out there that never get an opportunity because they don't know the right person, but they're probably the most qualified for a job. But a head coach will turn his back and say, you know what, I'm going to bring in a guy that I feel comfortable around, a guy that I've worked with before, and he's not the best candidate. So I think when you see, some of these old coaches, some of these old players call it Urban Meyer, it's because Urban Meyer has circumnavigated what it means to be an NFL coach. 99% of the coaches out there, they got to pay their dues. You start out as an assistant, then you become a position coach, then a coordinator, then a head coach. Urban Meyer didn't do any of that. He succeeded in college. He succeeded at Florida, obviously, and is Utah before that in Bowling Green. But then he went to Ohio State, did his thing there, and then he circumnavigated the whole process becoming an NFL coach. And you know what? Old heads hate to see that.
Bro, imagine Jaguars hire offensive line of position coach Urban Meyer works his way up.
He's got to pay.
And they said Urban Meyer's been researching and studying the NFL for years. So when they said that, I'm like, okay, Urban Meyer has got a little bit of sense of what he's getting into coming to the NFL. So and he wants to coach Trevor Lawrence. He's a rebuilding coach, and Jacksonville needs that. They need a complete rebuild, ground up. Urban Meyer's a perfect coach to do that. And if he gets his quarterback, I think this should be a success.
This is a perfect place to do it because you have the draft picks and the salary cap available.
And it's not like we're in a division that's, hard as hell to win. We got Titans who I
stop Derrick Henry and we win the division.
Yeah,
next year.
Colts and Texans are about to be pitiful.
What did you say, Austen?
I was good with Eric. They're like Houston. I mean, I don't know what's happening in Houston right now, but like they could be back in dark ages pretty soon here.
Yeah, we're.
I wouldn't feel sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, they always kicked our ass when I played back in 2010. It's been a long time coming for the Houston Texans.
What's shitty is that Bill O'Brien did this, and now he's thriving in Bama. He just left them out to suffer. It's shitty.
True. Yeah. No, without a doubt. And once again, like I just said, it is the good old boy network, because in Houston right now, and I forgot that dude's name, he's like the vice president executive.
The pastor? The pastor? The Bible guy?
Yeah. Like, listen.
The development coach or whatever?
No, he's like the overall, I don't know what position he holds.
Yeah, but like they're picking him over Deshaun Watson. Like they literally, if the Houston Texans want to be saved, because I think they're done. I honestly think they're going to lose Watson. I think it's going to be a shit show. But unless J.J. Watt comes out and says something, because J.J. Watt, like he is the American hero.
Yeah, he's Houston.
Yeah, he is Houston. Like if J.J. Watt comes out and says something, well then that guy's getting fired. But besides that, I think they're screwed.
Yeah, and people saying that head coaches, so back to Urban Meyer, like college coaches don't work the NFL. I could pull up even more examples of NFL offensive coordinators, NFL defensive coordinators that don't work in the NFL. So I just think it's something that you have to take on position by case by case basis.
Absolutely. There's a caveat to every situation, right? Like Saban didn't succeed, but he's only there for 2 years in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, give him.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. Whenever I talk or someone talks over you, it mutes you for like 3 seconds. I don't know why, but it sucks. Yeah, I was gonna say give Saban 2 more years. He's gonna get it. I bet he would have gotten it right in the NFL.
Exactly. So here's what I see Urban Meyer, what I see him turning out to be. You remember when the Seahawks, nobody cared about them whatsoever? Like they had the ugliest jerseys you could imagine. They didn't have any players whatsoever. And then I guess they had Jackson.
How far ago are we talking?
I'm talking like the 90s to
No.
Yeah. And then,
the oldest Seahawks I remember is Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander.
So like they had a run for a while, but to me, they got a facelift when Pete Carroll came in. And Pete Carroll kind of turned that city all around because he had the energy, he had the defense, and he had the branding. So Pete Carroll comes in, and then all of a sudden, like the Seahawks were kind of the cool thing. Like all of a sudden, the 12th man was a thing. All of a sudden, beast mode was a thing. All of a sudden, the Legion Boom was a thing. And yeah, they had great players, but that started with Pete Carroll, and he turned that whole thing around. I see the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, a team that everyone wants to make fun of, that's had bad optics, it seems like the past 3 or 4 years. I can see Urban Meyer coming in, turn this thing around. Now, obviously, we're talking about the Seattle Seahawks of the East. We're talking about a team that –
But for real, like I know that's been – the Seattle Seahawks of the East, like that's been joke. Like we've thought that was when we hired Gus Bradley, we're like, oh, we're the Seahawks of the Southeast. But like, I think this could be like legitimate this time because it's not Gus Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
Are you more excited about you more excited about Urban or Trevor Lawrence? I know,
Yeah. I think I'm more excited about Trevor Lawrence because it's been a long time since we've seen great quarterback play, like at a consistent basis in Jacksonville. So I'm excited for that. Like Jack Del Rio, he had an okay run, obviously, and Tom Coughlin did his thing, but like we haven't seen a great quarterback in a while. So I'm definitely excited for Trevor Lawrence.
I think Urban, when he was talking, I can call him Urban because I feel like we're boys now.
Oh yeah,
he's our boy.
Herbs.
When Urban was talking to the presser, I think he may have Freudian slipped his top 3 quarterbacks because he was asked about would he have come here if they didn't have the first. Was he asked would he have come here if they didn't have the first round pick, and he said no, right?
I'm not sure if he was asked that. From what I heard, they asked him, "Is like Trevor Lawrence the surefire thing or something like that?" And then he brought up 3 names.
Yeah. But he listed. Okay.
Yeah, but no, you're absolutely right because I talked about this on the radio. So when he brings up the 3 names, he calls them by a first name basis. Doesn't say their last name. So that goes to show you he's doing his research. And hey man, I'm wearing that tinfoil hat.
Well, so am I.
Yeah, this is the hard hitting shit on ESPN 690. So he mentions Justin Fields second, and then he mentions Zach Wilson third.
And that's the order everyone thinks that they're going in.
That is correct.
So I'm thinking he accidentally let us know his order. So I think we're safe on. I mean, it's obviously going to be a storyline because people are curious and people are interested, especially in the New York market. They want to know, hey, is it possible that we get Trevor? So I think it will be a storyline up until draft, unless the Jaguars come out and say. I will be nervous as hell on draft night, regardless of how confident. Like, let me show you this. So this is how confident we are in Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to share my screen. Screen 2. So here is the merch item. Can you see my screen?
I can, yes.
All right. Here is the merch item that we are rolling out. This is new, never before seen.
Yeah. I get the behind the scenes all access.
You do.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's just like the fireball, bro. That's perfect.
So tanks for Trevor, got the 90.4 alcohol. So that's how confident we are, and we're rolling that out before the draft. So I'm gonna be confident that it's gonna be him, but I'm still gonna be so nervous.
It will be Lawrence.
Yeah, right. Football, crazier things have happened. But as far as that logo, man, t-shirts, right? I assume, or hats.
Yeah,
what do you guys?
T-shirts, tanks, hat, or maybe t-shirts and tanks mostly.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm an extra large. I'll pay whatever the price, man.
Oh hell yeah,
those are legit. But I think you guys are pretty safe.
All right. Yeah, I mean, Urban's not coming out. He's not saying, "Ooh, Justin Fields,
Zach
NFL,
Wilson.
I'm ready for the NFL."
And listen, the only argument I'm going to make, and I don't want to make you feel extra nervous here.
Oh, boy.
But if you're going to say Justin Fields, it's got nothing to do with Ohio State. But I think if you look back at Urban Meyer's offense that he ran at Ohio State in terms of that guy that can run the read option and, as a speedster, like Trevor Lawrence can run. But I think Justin Fields is definitely a little more of a natural runner and probably quicker, more agile. So if you want to make that debatable, if Urban Meyer is going to run his college offense, maybe he goes as Justin Fields. It's not going to happen. Urban Meyer can adapt. He's a professional. He's taking Trevor Lawrence. I just want to plant that little seed of doubt in your mind.
Well, it's already a seed. Now it's a little got some green.
Yeah.
Hey, you said Trevor Lawrence can run, and this is a dual threat quarterback lead. So that's all I needed to hear. If Trevor Lawrence couldn't run, maybe I'd be a little nervous, but he can't. We'll be all right.
No, for sure. Listen, I just watched Patrick Mahomes. I watched Lamar Jackson both go down, all right? I don't want to see Trevor Lawrence throwing with the ball 10 times a game. You don't need him to. I think he has the arm talent to be successful. So every once in a while, if you got to get a first down on third down, then go ahead and run. But I don't want to see a lot of custom plays designed for Trevor Lawrence to run.
Hey, just keep that in the back of your mind. If he does get hurt, it's a possibility out here. We're going to need a good backup. backups are underrated. We seen this from the Chiefs last game. Chad Henne did just enough to win that game. You need a good backup in this league. I feel like backups are underrated. So you seen Burrow go down, Watson towards ACL. It could happen.
It's a good call, man.
I'm king of calling injuries, so I don't want to put Trevor Lawrence on my list.
Jeez, it's a little early for that. Did you play with Henne or did you play with Luke McCown?
No, I spent 2 years with Henne. Henne's a crazy dude, man. He's a cool guy. You know, like the random thing with flat tires where you step on like someone's back of their shoe. They call it a flat tire.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Chad Henne all the time in the locker room. Flat tire. That
would annoy the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, and
those are the worst.
And he's just like, he just laughed at me. Like, he's a very unassuming guy. Like, if you saw him in public and you talk to him, you'd never guess that he's a quarterback in the NFL. Very cool guy.
I mean, I see him. When I see him as a quarterback in the NFL, I think the same thing. So.
Quarterback in the NFL. No, he's a really cool dude, man. I'm happy that he finally got a little shine there in Kansas City.
Yeah, that had me hype. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
All right, Austen. Unless you have any last words, I appreciate you making time and coming on with us for half
been
hour
3 years.
So.
Man, it's been a long time. I appreciate it, you guys. Obviously, now that I'm on ESPN 690, I got to build my brand, and obviously, this show is a big part of that. So I appreciate you guys having me on. It's cool to see you guys doing cool things, man. Like Eric, like I saw you doing the Jaguar stuff, man. I had no idea that was coming, so that was kind of crazy to see. Andrew, I see you doing your tweets and stuff like that, and you guys are growing the show, and you have great feedback. I was reading like the comments and stuff, kind of doing some research before I came on. And
why you Urban?
But a little Urban. So yeah, you guys are absolutely crushing it, man. Keep up the good work and keep, I mean, I consider you guys like the anti-heroes at Jacksonville too, and we got to stick together, man.
Yeah, we do.
Keep doing your shit. Don't take things so seriously, all right?
No, we don't.
So
all
right. Back at you,
man.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
You too. Got you up jinxing.
Oh man. Oh, guess the Jags jersey staying. I'm not getting naked on camera.
That's cool. Okay, so you gotta listen. I gotta find my phone. So we're talking about with Austen about the national media getting a hold of Jaguars for the first time in are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay. National media getting a hold of the Jaguars, having to talk about them for the first time in a while. Let me play you. I don't know if you heard this yet, but let me play you what Randy Moss said.
Yes, country boy.
So Randy Moss is one of my favorite until he this. You gotta listen. He makes absolutely no. They're talking about the Urban Meyer on ESPN.
During ESPN NFL. Oh, I hate that show.
Yeah, before one of the playoff games, Randy
Rex
Moss, Rex Ryan. Yep. So here's Randy Moss, making absolutely just talking out of his ass. Sounds like he's talking and he runs out of things to say, so he just starts spitballing and saying random shit.
You think about all the good players that has left there, just say in the last 3 to 5 years. You can talk about Campbell, Fournette, so on and so on. So when I look at a guy like Urban Meyer, yes, he has some success on the collegiate level. Rex, you talk about welcome to the men's league. I heard him just say, talking about there's not a difference between the style of football played in college and between the white lines and the pros. Yes, there is a big difference. And I'm really anxious to see, with them being able to draft a guy like Trevor Lawrence, how will he fare, coming into the league with Urban Meyer? He's been out for some time. And Brew, you just said something. Social justice, being out in the community. Jacksonville Jaguars in the state of Florida. Duval County is not a good county to be in. So I really think that Urban Meyer, and I'm talking about the violence, not just the people. I'm talking about the violence and the crime.
That went left.
Now look at Urban Meyer coming to this team. He has a lot to be working with, and it's just not the team. You just said the Black Lives Matter, everything that's going on in our country right now with the COVID. There's a lot of concerns going on. I just wish him the best of luck.
What? What the fuck?
I feel like I've gone on rants like that before.
What the fuck does Black Lives Matter and COVID have to do with the Jaguars signing Urban Meyer? And when it comes to violence, Detroit? They're hiring a new head coach. You're going to have a segment about violence in Detroit and why a head coach. You think Urban Meyer is going to be living on Moncrief in Jacksonville? Moncrief Road?
Urban Meyer don't got to worry about the crime in Duval, Randy Moss. The buses on their way. They don't even come in buses. They fucking drive in their own individual vehicles. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. The COVID situation.
You got to think about the COVID situation in Duval. I'm like, COVID's not going to be around in September. Is Urban catching COVID because he signed as a head coach in Jacksonville?
Damn, hope he don't catch COVID. That heart.
Anyway. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Maybe he's deeper than what we're thinking about right now.
Doubt it. That was all over the place.
It was. Loved it.
Randy.
Here we go. Is this our updated? Fuck. This is our updated records. You're
my God.
killing me.
I'm not doing too hot, but I'm killing you. Yes, playoff picture. Our records now stand at 2-7-1 for Drew and 4-5-1 for me. Let's kick this off with Rams at Packers Saturday matchups.
So
I'm down.
I'm down 2 games, and there's 1, 2, 3 left.
Yes. Yep.
Bread, cake. Oh. And
Cake and
there's
wine.
3 left. So you need to pick the games first, and I'll follow you, but I obviously have to be different. Okay, so I'm ready. But anyway, let's review the ones from the weekend.
Well, we made our picks already for this Sunday's games. I saw yours, and I agree.
Yeah, well,
unfortunately,
we haven't done it on the podcast yet, so it's a secret.
Rams at Packers. Packers are favored by 7. They won by, let me do quick maths, 14. Yep.
You just did that?
Yeah.
I'd have to
right?
do 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 14. How'd you do that?
I added 10 first and then filled in the rest.
Oh, my God. You're nice.
Fell asleep in science. I like mathematics. 21 Savage lyric. You picked Rams here to cover. You probably thought the defense was going to be as great as they were against Russ. I said, no.
Come the weekend, I forget what picks I did, and when I saw that I picked the Rams, I guess I picked them with the points. That's what I did because I knew Packers would win, but then I picked the Rams with the points. So I knew I wasn't completely an idiot, but yeah, this game was not as. The game looked pretty close. You know, the Rams kept it interesting, but then Aaron Rodgers is disgusting. Favorite part of the game was watching Ramsey pitch a fit. The few times that he pitched a fit. Do you watch Ramsey? If a tackle's being, or if he's getting, if someone's running a route on him, and they catch the ball, he'll like run away from the play to either look. I don't know if he's getting ready to make a tackle in case that player runs around the other defenders, or if he's running away from the play because he doesn't want to be caught on tape in the area. Like, if I run away from this area, maybe Pro Football Focus won't dock me points. I don't know what Ramsey does sometimes. I think he just doesn't like tackling.
On the play at the goal line where Adams went in motion and
that was beautiful.
Ramsey was following him. I feel like that's the first time I ever watched a player that was in motion the entire time because I knew it was going to.
Because Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I knew it was going to. It's like when Devontae Smith goes in motion, it's going.
Alabama.
Bama. It's always going to him. So I watched him. I watched Ramsey following his ass, and when he comes back before the snap happens, I see him get caught up. And Rodgers released that thing so fucking quick.
I was about to say, did you see how fast Rodgers? It's like he knew that Ramsey was there, and Ramsey's, he's smart. So it's like, we got to get this ball out of my hand as soon as possible, and it's a touchdown. That's the fastest I've ever seen a player throw the ball.
Bro, by the time Adams caught that and had fell in the end zone, Ramsey was like miles away from the play. It happened so quickly.
And then he bitched about his
guy not
teammate.
leaving his man to help. Like, what are you gonna do, man? Football, you can't do that in football. Rodgers is so good. If that happened, he would have just, he's open now. Man, God, Packers, man, they're a squad this year. They're a fucking squad. I don't understand how that combination has not been stopped all year. Like but I guess
it's going to him, and
it's going to him. Just like Devontae Smith, Alabama, he fucking had 100-something yards in the first half. It's going to him, but you just cannot stop him. I guess that's what separates the greats from the and Ramsey's bitch ass.
Speaking of greats, Aaron Donald was not able to play enough of this game to make an impact. Even when he was playing, I guess he's a little hurt, so he just didn't make much of an impact. Not that if he did, that it would be too much different, but I think pressure up the middle would have definitely made Rodgers a little bit more uncomfortable because he looked very comfortable.
Yeah, and saw Aaron Donald a little emotional at the end of the game. Crying.
Yeah, very crying.
I'm trying to see, because this game was pretty close.
I'm not going to lie, I really wish it was Ramsey that was crying instead.
Like he was on our team. 19-10 it was at halftime. I guess just got away from him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Just check the box score. Don't correct me. This game, Ravens at Bills. Bills are favored by 2.5. We both picked Ravens here. Yes, keep snoring. This was that was a bad game. Awful fucking game. The game that was talked about so much about Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, high-powered offenses, and this game had no points. This 17 is a misnomer because they got a fucking
good word
pick six at the goal line. So this game could have been 10-3, like the last Bills game we saw in the playoffs. First round, Jags, Bills, 10-3, I think it was. But the Ravens, here's my thing. The Ravens, they won the third down efficiency. They won the pass yards. They won the rush yards. They won the time of possession. And they only made out here with 3 points. It was 10-3 at one point. Their Pro Bowl kicker, who's supposed to be the best kicker in the league right now, missed 2 field goals. Granted, it was very fucking windy, but they both hit the upright.
I saw a tweet saying, I think Justin Tucker is just showing us how accurate he actually is with hitting the upright twice.
I tweeted that.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw somebody else's tweet, but I said the same shit.
Damn it. Got me.
Thanks. Don't pull up the receipts. I ain't lying. But yeah, it was 10-3. The Ravens had 3rd and goal, and Lamar throws a pick 6. And I think that's where the game pretty much ended. And it's not Lamar's fault, I don't think, because Rams did leave some points on the board, but that pick 6 definitely ended the game because there was no offense in this game at all. So, like, one turnover, one big mistake like that, and that's going to be the game. So, and didn't he leave he had a concussion, and he left the game in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he didn't have to poop?
So at that point, there was really no hope for the Ravens to come back with that Tyler Huntley guy, I think his name is, who is just like a Lamar Jackson. He's just like Lamar. He plays exactly like him.
And didn't they have RG3 too?
Yes.
They got like 3 Lamar Jacksons. You're not going to be able to win once you get to the playoffs and you have better defenses. I'm sorry, Ravens fans. Lamar Jackson is never getting you to a Super Bowl. He's not able to create the threat in the air that you need in the playoffs. Yeah, you may beat the Titans in the first round every year, but Lamar Jackson just does not. He's not going to get you there. So I know the Ravens are going to pay him. Was he already? He hasn't been paid yet, right?
No.
I'm very interested to see how much he gets paid because I know the Ravens are going to pay him because just it's what you do, unfortunately, when you got a quarterback that, whether it's a system that they have. I don't know. Maybe they'll get lucky and get the Super Bowl one year. Maybe they'll have like a super good defense because I think that's what they'll need.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't have it in the passing game.
Yet. It could change.
It's been 3 years he's been the same player.
We've seen it change. Maybe he just needs a different coach.
I can see them firing their offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach maybe just to see what happens.
3 years, not a long time. How long has Brady been in the league? Almost 20.
Okay.
Sometimes these players need time.
Brady didn't need time. He was nice by year 3.
Yeah, that was a bad example. But sometimes
it's very bad. Don't compare anyone to Tom Brady.
Lamar Jackson and Tom Brady.
How many Super Bowls Tom Brady have? Surely Lamar Jackson can get to 6.
Chill. Hey, we'll run this back when he does. Anyway, our Bills are off to the AFC Championship.
Yes, they are.
And they're playing the winner of Browns at Chiefs. Chiefs were favored by 10, and it looked like it was heading that way. Chiefs won 22-17. I watched this entire game start to finish because I was so confident. I was pissed. You pissed me off even with your.
Okay.
I know you were joking, but
What'd I say?
I tweeted that Bucks were winning, and you said Browns too. That's all it
serious. That's all it took.
Because I couldn't take anybody saying the Browns were going to win seriously.
No, I know what you're saying.
And I know I gave Browns their kudos last week, but I just didn't. Obviously, I didn't have the fucking confidence to put them against the Chiefs, give them a W against Mahomes, Kelsey, Reed, Tyreek Hill. They the damn Warrior super team. Like, Browns, you've been good, but like there was no ounce of me that was going to say Browns were going to win this game. So the fact that they almost did kind of had me nervous because I didn't want anyone coming at me saying, yo, how about that take earlier? Because I would have been like, bro, you clearly see this game change when Mahomes got hurt. But this was a fucking great game in the second half. I mean, the first half, it was like 19-3 at halftime. And we had the penalty controversy that we talked about with Austen. Won't talk about that. He's already told my take, but
I fell asleep. When did Mahomes get hurt? What quarter?
It was halfway through the third.
Okay. Yeah, I fell asleep, unfortunately. And when I when I woke up. Where did I put this take? Oh my God, I put it in the wrong spot. So I woke up from my nap on the last play of when Henny had the ball in shotgun, 4th and inches. So I'm half awake.
That's when you woke up?
Yeah, I'm half awake. I'm delusional, and I'm not knowing why the hell Chad Henne was in the game throwing the ball on 4th and inches, and Tony Romo's yelling. He was on one at the end of that game.
He was on the whole game for the Chiefs.
Let me play the audio that NFL tweeted.
I was just as hype as him. It just wasn't audible. I kept it to myself.
Oh, I guess I lost it. Yeah, Tony Romo, he was going ham. It's good stuff, though. It's good TV.
So second half comes out. The Chiefs get the ball. They drive down the field. They miss their field goal. And then the possession the Browns they get their touchdown. So I was like, okay, football gods are working from how the first half ended. Browns got their touchdown. Chiefs didn't get no points, even though that they got their 3 points after that failed touchdown, fumble touchdown, whatever. But then Mahomes has this weird concussion play where he doesn't seem to hit his head, but I guess it was his neck that like messed up his signals or whatever. But he was woozy as shit getting up, and I just couldn't tell how the hell that happened from the tackle that went down because he didn't hit his head anywhere, and I guess his neck was rolled. But I'm not on the field. I'm just looking what y'all saw too, but I guess his neck got fucked up. But there's absolutely no way that Mahomes is going to miss the AFC Championship.
No, there's no way.
I know he didn't come back in this game, which fucking shocked the hell out of me. I was like, there's no way Mahomes is going to be out for the rest of this game. And when they said that, I'm like, wow, the Browns actually have a chance to win this game. And the fact that they didn't goes, you're the Browns. You know, like if you just aren't there yet. You're there, but you're not there yet because y'all should have fucking pulled this out. Y'all had so many opportunities to take the lead. It was like a one-score game, and the Chiefs' D just kept holding it down. Chad Henne gave you a gift of a fucking pick. Did you see his throw?
Yes, I saw that. The arm punt.
He basically was, what's that game where you throw it up and there's like a crowd of people in front of you and you like say a number? So what he was playing, he gifted you guys that touchdown. But the play on 3rd and 14, first of all, I couldn't understand why when the Browns had no timeouts, the Chiefs were in the shotgun to pass the ball on 3rd down. 3rd and long. I'm like, wouldn't you want to run out this clock? But as the plays kept going, I was like, I got to stop questioning Andy Reid. But when Henne ran 3rd and 14.
Did he not have that first down?
It was short. His elbow was down. Like in the replay, his elbow was down short.
Jim, looks like he has it.
He came out. Like, it reminded me that David Garrard played against the Steelers when he ran on 4th and 30 something. That's
4th and 2. It was 4th and 2, and he got
30 yards.
4th and 2. Can the Jaguars survive? Garrard's going to run for the first down and a lot more. He is inside the 20. He's down at the 10-yard line. He's tackled by Tyrone Carter, and now his Jaguars head back Pittsburgh into a situation where the Steelers are going to have to use the timeouts. Here's what an athletic quarterback does for you. You need one big play. He takes one look. It's not there. And he runs it right at the middle, and he has the, what's he say, arm to run with it. That's a 32-yard gain on 4th. 32. I needed to act it out to know how many yards it was. Sorry. 32 yards. That's a 32-yard gain.
Was that a puppet video?
That's the puppet video.
Is
I tweeted
that the
this
one?
week.
You did multiple.
That's the one, the Jaguars one.
Yeah.
That's a 32-yard gain on 4th and 2, and now the Steelers something.
So to finish this game up, Andy Reid pulls out his big meaty sack and says we're going for it on 4th and inches at the 50-yard line with a 4-point lead or 5-point lead, and they pass, and it's to Tyreek Hill. Imagine if he dropped that. Browns would have had another shot to win. But he didn't. And Chiefs won the game, and that's how you win games, y'all. Being ballsy and just having the players that will win it out there for you. That shit was the best game of the weekend. Which it could have been the worst.
Yeah. That's not saying much about the other games of the weekend. I mean, I would probably put. Well, I mean, I slept through that one, but I would put Bucs Saints, and even then, it just. I mean, the Bucs Saints had the storylines, right? The Drew Brees could be his last game. Tom Brady, can he get to another championship game? Jameis Winston coming in, throwing a touchdown.
See, I missed that.
You missed that one?
I had the game on. I was just like editing stuff and shit for the podcast, so it was kind of like just in and out watching the game. So I did miss. Shut up. I did miss Jameis Winston coming in. I saw the stat where he was 1 for 1, but I didn't see the touchdown stat. So I read your notes. I was like, what the fuck? When did Jameis Winston throw a touchdown pass?
It was a fake.
Because I've been waiting for him to get some playing time.
I know.
Taysom Hill was out, and he gets one play. Come on, Sean Payton. Get free Jameis, bro.
Well, Jameis ain't going to line up at quarterback or... I mean, not quarter. He's not going to line up at tight end, wide receiver.
Drew Brees played terribly. Give my man some minutes.
Jameis, I saw someone tweet today, Jameis starts that game, Saints win. And there's a very good possibility that that's the case.
Didn't Michael Thomas have, no catches?
Yeah.
How is this Drew Brees going out party?
I don't...
you got to come back, Drew. You can't go out
like
that.
He's needed... And this happened so quickly, Drew Brees falling off. Last year, Michael Thomas 8. This Drew Brees thing happened in off season. I cannot believe how bad he was. I mean, I believe how bad he was this game, but this whole year, I drafted him on my fantasy team.
And they were still 2nd seed. Crazy.
I don't know how. Well, you had my boy Taysom Hill. He led the way for a lot of the.
And they had a good D.
I mean, I said they should have just rolled into the playoffs with Taysom Hill, but whatever.
And boys got carried. But yes, Saints were favored by 3 here.
Here's we were on Jameis Winston. I have to say this. Hilarious fact I got on Reddit today. Jameis Winston is the first former number 1 overall pick to throw his first career playoff touchdown against the team that drafted him.
That is very specific.
Very specific. But it'll probably never happen again.
Oh yeah, definitely won't. That is way too specific to ever happen again. But Saints were favored by 3 here for some reason. Vegas tripping, man. Doubted the GOAT. I picked Bucks in this game. You picked Saints.
Yikes.
After what you just said about Breeze and how he's falling off, you did not have faith in your Tampa home team.
I'm an idiot. This is another pick that I'm like, what? Why did I do that? But can't take it back. Brady has made the conference championship every year since 2011, with exception to 2019. That's 90% success rate at getting the conference championship. It's the first time he made the NFC championship, though, which makes you wonder, is he how good actually is he? If it took him this long to make the NFC championship game.
It's true.
I saw a hilarious meme. Unless it was originally from NFL memes, then maybe I'll take back this take, because I'm not a huge fan of their content, but hopefully it was from someone else first. I bet it was. It said, since 1997, Tom Brady has been in the NFC 1 year and has made the NFC Championship game 1 time. The Cowboys have been in it 23 years or whatever, and has made the NFC Championship 0 times.
It's always a Cowboys meme.
Oh yeah, it always is.
Always.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady, with that win, Tom Brady has already tied Drew Brees with 8 playoff wins against NFC opponents. Isn't that just insane?
Yeah, full of Brady facts.
8 playoff wins versus NFC opponents.
But he's about to make it 9.
And he's tied Brees, and Brees has been in the NFC since forever.
Yes,
since Katrina
trade went down. Damn, Drew Brees been in the league for a minute, bro. He got drafted by the Chargers back when they were in San Diego.
And this has to be it for him. He has no arm strength. He just can't do it. I don't know what happened in this offseason, but pour one out to Drew Brees, Super Bowl champ, MVP, all-time passing leader, 5 times All-Pro, led the NFL in passing yards 7 times, and I'm thinking it may have been 7 straight years, because the Saints were on a freaking roll. When, before the NFL came completely, everyone threw for 5,000 yards. Well, not everyone, but, the top handful, 4,000, 5,000. Drew Brees was doing it every year. That was an offensive machine. Shout out to Darren Sproles, Marquise Colson, Robert Meacham, Jeremy Shockey. Did I say Marquise Colston? Yeah, I did.
Joe Horn.
Okay. That was my Madden team. Oh, Reggie Bush. That was my Madden team. Madden 09. That was great.
Him and Brady were swapping between,
or Madden 11. Sorry.
Career pass touchdowns, all-time pass touchdowns.
I think they may have been, going back and forth.
I feel like all-time passing leader Brady's going to pass that if he stays in the league. Aren't they close? Not saying he's not a Hall of Famer. I'm just saying Brady's going to take some of them records, because Brady don't seem like he going nowhere.
Right? Did you see the wholesome moment after the game? Brady and Brees talking, hugging.
I did. And
then Brady,
when you post on our pages, I see it because I got the notifications on.
Hey, realer than me.
Yep.
And then Brady throws a touchdown to Drew's son. That was so cool.
It was cute. And he caught it over.
That was a moss.
Mossed
him.
Almost jinxed.
Imagine he's gonna look at that in a few years. And just, how cool is that? Brady threw me a touchdown pass, and I mossed you. Remember that?
Great moment. What wasn't a great moment is how tough the scene was of Drew Brees walking off that stadium after throwing 3 picks.
When he looked back, walking out, he gave one little look back.
That pick's for you. That pick was for you. That pick was for you. Let me not roast the guy. GOAT. But shit. At least Roethlisberger threw 500 and 4 touchdowns. And then he said, "I'm coming back."
Roethlisberger always goes out with a bang. He always makes noise on his way out. All right, championship weekend. Bucks at Packers. The Battle of the Bays.
Oh,
Green
got
Bay,
some spreads.
Tampa Bay. Bills at Chiefs. I already made my picks. Just, predicting what the spread will be. Don't tell me the spread. Let me guess. Oh, I see 4.
You looked.
So let's stop.
Guess for that one.
So Packers are favored 4. I'm going to still take Packers. Okay, so I like my pick that I made before that. Rodgers on a mission. Bills at Chiefs. I'm assuming Chiefs. Ooh, they don't know. Vegas knows that Mahomes playing. They know Mahomes is playing. I'm saying Chiefs 3.5.
Why you a better? It's 3.
3. Damn, that's good. Okay, that's tough.
3.
I see.
3 is tough.
I can see the Bills winning.
I'm changing.
No, the Chiefs can be suffocating at times. Give me Chiefs. I said Bills with the points before you told me that spread. I'm taking Chiefs. Wait, but I have to be mindful of you. I can't pick 2 of the same games. If you pick Chiefs here too, is your pick Chiefs?
Of course, Team State Farm. Oh, I guess I could talk about that now.
Oh, damn. So I'm down 2 games, right, versus you, or 3?
You are down 3. So best you can do is tie me.
Oh shit. So I have to pick. Damn it. So this is dumb. So I got to do Bills and.
Should have started it better.
I guess I got to do Bills Bucks. Damn it. Right.
So Mahomes is gonna play. We know that shit. Chiefs will win. It'll be a close game though. State Farm will be happy. We talked to Poyer last month about this potential rematch, and there would be a video up on YouTube to go back and reference. But Andy's a slave to the algorithm, so you'll have to watch that on our Instagram until he gets the courage to hit public. But yes, tough position here. If State Farm didn't email me, I would want Packers Bills. But since I have this jersey with Mahomes and Rodgers' face on it that I'm making content for, the captions and all that, the whole point of this campaign is to get Rodgers and Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Jake from State Farm is doing everything he can to get his quarterback friends in the Super Bowl. Because obviously you see Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes in these State Farm commercials. That's their babies. So obviously they want to see their 2 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Can't release any more information. I was going to drop some news, but I feel like if they find this, I'll be out of some money. So
if you want to know how much money, patreon.com/Dunn and Drew, we talked about it. It's a hefty bag.
But I want Rodgers because this Packers team is so damn good and they deserve it.
They do.
If I see the Bucks lose, I'm not going to be happy, but it would have been cool to see Brady host the Super Bowl. But if Packers have lost, I would have picked Bucks. But I got to see Aaron Rodgers back in the Super Bowl.
He deserves it. This team. Yeah. I mean, he's been out of so long. His team drafted a quarterback. He's out for revenge. This just completes the revenge tour. He's got to go to the Super Bowl. It's been too long. It's been 10 years. Bring Rodgers back. Rodgers, Devontae Adams. I think they're going to win the whole thing. And so here's what I want. I'll give you my top 2, but the number 1 is like way above everything else. I need a Packers-Chiefs Super Bowl because I need the new versus the old. Patrick Mahomes, I hope he will be 100% obviously by then. He'll be 100% by this next game coming up. Maybe, he always has a limp. ever since 2 years ago, he's always walked with like a limp. He's like, oh man, that's so hard.
He's the real penguin fuck.
I see what you did there. I think Mahomes versus Rodgers would just be so good. And if it epic matchup, and yes, State Farm, they'll probably have 5 commercials. Hopefully I see you maybe on the TV.
You'll see me on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Second one, and this is that matchup I want for the play on the field. This next one I want for the storyline, and it's Bills versus Bucks. I think the idea of Bills fans and Bills organization meeting Tom Brady again, like he finally left your division. You didn't have to play him twice. Here he is,
and he's here. Still see him.
He's here in the way of a Super Bowl. What are you gonna do? That would just be the most epic storyline, and it'd be cathartic for the Bills if they defeated Brady one last time, and it was for a Super Bowl after 20 years. of losing to this man. You face him one last time, and that's the final boss, and he's surrounded with all these weapons. It's like a video game. You finally get past, what you thought was the bad guy, and he's gone. He's not gone. Here he is now with a team with so many more weapons, and that's what you need to get to win your first Super Bowl.
First.
Ever?
I was going to ask.
Oh, well, I was going to ask you.
Need the research. All I know about the Bills is that they lost 4 straight back in the Drew Bledsoe days. I don't know if they have ever won one. When I was in New Era, I didn't see no year. I didn't see no year. No Super Bowl winning year.
And the storylines just continue with like Tom Brady hosting, like, back in the Super Bowl again. Doesn't matter what team he's on, he's back again. And
Bills haven't won.
And it's the first team ever to host a Super Bowl. So that matchup is just full of storylines. But if you ask me which one I'd rather watch on Sunday, it's Packers Chiefs.
Yeah, Buffalo has 4 Super Bowl appearances. Last one was 1994. And
that was the 4 in a row, right?
Yeah, no wins. So that would be great. Would love that for Buffalo fans. Would love that for our Canadian guest, Jake Brennan, who is a Buffalo Bills fan. Could get him on after that dub. Or if they beat the Chiefs, get his thoughts about playing Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, either one. But this Bills-Chiefs game, I'm absolutely torn because I would love to see the Chiefs in it. Like, that's just I'm not one of those people that hates the Chiefs. They're a great team, and I love watching them. I love watching them. Fucking Henny was in. It's a problem right now. I guess I'm addicted to Chiefs football. And
that is a problem.
and just the Bills, obviously everything Andy said, plus just, seeing Poyer get there after we talked to him, like, I was not expecting them to beat the Chiefs, but if they did, I think that would be crazy. But I think Packers will win it all, so it wouldn't matter. But
here's the result. Well, Packers, if they played the Bucks, the storyline would be, the way they got manhandled earlier in the season when they played the Bucks. But I don't think it would happen again. Surprising results from the poll. I tweeted out earlier today this question: what matchup would you prefer? The winner is one that we haven't mentioned: Packers versus Bills.
Really?
That's very random. I wonder what people see in that one.
I also asked on Instagram, did a little question sticker. We've got Packers and Bills, Bills Bucks, Bills Packers, Packers Bills. Everyone wants Packers. Nobody wants Bucks.
I mean, Bucks are definitely flawed. I hate that everyone's like Leonard Fournette. People are just so excited about Leonard Fournette. Playoff Lenny. Even Leonard posted this. Playoff Lenny, he ran for 60-something yards. It's like when this man does anything good at all, it's like, oh man, he's pretty good. No,
I think it's because the long ball wasn't working, so they was check down, and they were like, oh, Leonard Fournette's eating. Oh, he has to. Nothing else is working.
Any running back worth anything could have filled in Leonard Fournette's shoes. He's not playoff Lenny, so relax. But I'm wondering, maybe for people voting Packers Bills, I'm thinking maybe like they think Bills offense is, more high powered than the Chiefs, and at times it can be. But you giving me the choice from the two, give me the Chiefs just because of their the history of the last few years of how like I just want to see the most high octane as possible. The second place, I mean, this matchup didn't blow everything away. Next place it was right behind it, Packers Chiefs. So that's number 2.
What was last?
Bucks Chiefs, which is well, I guess you got Brady versus Mahomes there, but kind of not the same as Brady on the Patriots versus Mahomes. But
it should be a pair of great games. I'm not expecting any 17-3 matchups out of these two games. So
it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be an epic Saturday or Sunday.
Sunday. We got 2 more Sundays of football, and then it's all Jags football, baby. We're in the spotlight.
It's all NFL draft.
Until then, NBA. Shocked. Drew has NBA notes. He probably doesn't even give a fuck about them now.
Speaking of NBA, I'm watching a Kevin Durant clip.
Oh, you're watching?
No, I'm watching a clip on Twitter with him and his clip. Yeah, NBA. I feel like this episode's super long right now, but I guess we have to talk about this trade. Rockets get rid of James Harden to the Nets. The Nets give up a lot. This is a 14 trade.
It was a big trade.
So Rockets end up with Victor Oladipo, Dante Exum, 3 Brooklyn first-round picks, and 4 Brooklyn first-round swaps. Not sure what that means.
It means if Brooklyn has
a lower pick,
a worse record or some shit, Rockets can take it.
Okay.
Whatever.
The rules in the NBA are just
well, they're specific. So like first round swaps. So like we want 4 first round swaps. That's a lot of fucking picks. So Brooklyn may be nice in 2029, buddy.
You mean Rockets?
I mean Rockets, yeah.
And then they also have a Milwaukee first round pick. I'm not sure how Milwaukee and the Pacers and the Cavs got involved, but here they are. The Nets got James Harden. Pacers got Karis LeVert and a second rounder. Cavs got Jarrett Allen and how do you say?
We don't know any of these guys. You know Oladipo probably and LeVert because I said his name a couple times. But you know, the Nets may have got Harden, but you can have Harden, you can have a pardon, you can get a garden. Lakers in 5. Shade is sharp, boy. That's
my favorite. My favorite tweets are when that happened. Lakers fans or just NBA fans in general were like, "Damn, that's crazy." Lakers in 5.
Hey, I mean, Harden did get a 30-point triple-double in his first game with the Nets.
And Durant still scored 40 in that game.
Yeah, and this was after James Harden had gone like 6 straight games without scoring 20. So Harden never lost his skill. He was just sabotaging the team until he got out because
he lost weight too automatically.
Yeah, he lost 15 pounds randomly just out of thin air. You know, we were making fun of his weight.
Look more than that.
Sudden, he puts on a Nets jersey and he's slim. So that was cute. So we'll get more into the NBA closer to the finals. So hang tight. We'll be back soon. NHL, nothing. Just waiting for my Kraken to take the ice. I'll get back to y'all in 2022. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'm at the opener.
No NHL takes until 2022?
Not until the Kraken take the ice because that is when I'll know more about hockey. But hockey did start. I have to drop just like a little hockey note for all of our hockey listeners. But just know I am a Kraken fan, and I cannot wait to go to the opener there. I won't know any of the players. I'll just ask all the fans that are there. Maybe I'll do a little video for our channel. If you come, we can do a little NHL vlog.
I would hope so.
Rants, raves, and reviews. Any rants? You mad?
No, I'm pretty set. This is good.
Good.
Everything's good.
I got a few raves.
Oh.
First one.
Wow, in your bag.
8-week fitness challenge has begun. Follow my Instagram account at MyDunniverse to follow my progress. Hey, no alcohol, no sweets.
For
no
how
fast
long?
food.
8 weeks?
It's not long. That's 2 months.
No alcohol.
No. What do I need it for? There's no events. I'm not going to any Super Bowl parties.
Daytona 500?
No tailgates.
You're not drinking for the Daytona 500. That's
nope.
cap.
I never do. I'm just walking around usually. I'm not drinking at the 500. I don't drink at the 500.
And
I did it the suite like in October because we had a suite. But if I'm in the infield and shit, I'm not buying beer.
What about my birthday?
I'll be sober. Actually, the challenge ends around your birthday. I think it ends like before it.
When's my birthday?
Good. Yeah, challenge definitely ends before your birthday.
When's my
the
birthday?
challenge Challenge ends
What's
the second week after the second week of March. So I'm chilling.
How do you know it's not my birthday?
Because I know your birthday's not
What
the
is
second
it?
week of March. It's the end of March. It's in the
When?
20s. It's between 20 and 25, boy. Come on.
Dang, getting warmer.
Come on, it's between 21 and 24, boy. Come
God,
on.
you're nice.
March 23rd, big. Come on.
You finally look it up on Facebook?
I ain't that quick. But yes, finish out. I know I've been working out, but this is like we going to level up. So
what do I have to do?
More intense workouts, more strict diet plan for
I
8
can't-
weeks.
Damn.
Pray
No
for me.
sweets, no alcohol.
Hey, Tyler McWilliams dropped 50 pounds in like 2 months, being like strict as fuck because he did a challenge with his brother. So it can be done. You just gotta. It's all about that discipline, about that heart, about that mental toughness, and I believe I have it. Just gotta go to bed early so I don't find myself snacking.
You wake up at 6 though.
Yeah, I can wake up easily. I woke up before 1 minute before my alarm this morning.
Why
So
do you have an alarm set? What do you
I'm
need an
off to
alarm
a
for?
great start. 6:30 gym.
Oh my god. 6:30 gym.
I don't go at 6:30. I wake up at 6:30. I'm usually there at like 7:30.
I would just go whenever I woke up.
I'm gonna brush my teeth, pack my bag. Come on. Second rave, I went splurging on Fanatics after Urban signed.
Really?
Yeah, the joy was in the air.
What the hell did you buy?
So I got 2 new shirts. I was thinking about tailgate season. I was like, damn, it's hot. I love long sleeve shit, but I was like, damn, it's hot. I can't wear that shit in August, September, October. So I got 2 shirts, one teal, one black, one with my name on the back like this jersey has. So I got like a t-shirt version of this.
We call that a jersey.
And I got a teal one as well. I got the jacket that Urban wore in his interview on the field after he signed.
You're nice.
God, Urban's a fucking
Oh my
great
god,
marketer.
you dropped damn near
The whole
$300.
site was 65% off.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
That's why I mostly did it.
Well,
so
you
I
dropped
got that.
maybe 100.
Got that jacket Urban was wearing, so that's gonna look clean. It's got teal sleeves and the rest is black, so that looks cute. And then I got 2 miscellaneous items because I was like, "Damn, what other teams do I like? Let me see what merch they have." So I bought Spurs slides because I don't have any slides. I need something like slip on when I go outside real quick because I don't like the tongue slippers because I wear socks, so I need slides. So I got Spurs slides. And I got a Bubba Wallace T-shirt because the 500's coming up.
You wearing that to the 500?
I am. It'll get here before it. And I went to search for baseball jerseys, and I was like, "Damn, these are fire!" But because I have no team, I didn't have the heart to add anything to my cart. Well, I'm Dr. Seuss, but I went to the Padres, and I'm like, "Damn, this shit is fresh." But it's like I couldn't purchase it because I have no sort of emotional tie to any baseball team, so it would have been for nothing. So I need to go to a city that has a baseball team so I can fucking be a fan.
Just come on over. And
Damn,
we'd love to have you. But
Team Enjoy jersey. Last rave, halfway through the month, and my OnlyFans subs are still above 1,000. So remember, I was losing 40 a day at first when I made my account.
That's almost as much as that's almost as many Instagram followers you lose a day.
I lose a lot of Instagram. I've been losing Instagram followers since 2016, but these companies still want to use me. I'm like, come through. But if I keep most of these followers, I'm about to be in my porn bag. And I'll get to the numbers on Patreon because we don't go into detail on Maine. Just in case. So let me check real quick. January 18th, there's like 13 days left in the month. And my subs are at 1.2K.
Sheesh.
So times 1.2K by as much as I charge, you'll get the final answer on Patreon Thursday.
All right.
That's all, guys. That's our show, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed our breakdown of the playoffs this weekend. Enjoyed Austen Lane. Check all his radio show out and all of his. We'll put his links in the description, bio, everything. So you can check him out. Share this episode with your parents, friends, enemies. rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Give us some YouTube comments. Watch our YouTube. You know, I had you got to watch YouTube. I got to show you the State Farm jersey. So subscribe to the Patreon. You know, we teased that a few times this episode. And also get some Manscaped.
Bro. And every NFL fan base wants Deshaun Watson. Listen to this, how desperate this tweet is. This is a Panthers fan. His name is President of the Deshaun Watson Fan Club. The Cam Newton. The Cam era was the most fun, entertaining, and best era of Panthers football, in my opinion. It didn't always translate to wins, but there was always hope because of his skill and engagement because of his charisma. No one will ever have the Cam drip, but number 4 has the skill to provide that hope. Nothing would heal this fan base, which needs a ton of healing, more than Watson. Nothing else is close. Everyone is going to be so upset when he goes to the
Jets.
Miami Dolphins.
That's happening?
Nah, I don't know. All right.
Guess we'll see. Because this is not as obvious as Harden to the Nets was. They're not.
No, I don't think he can just say, I want to go there.
Yeah, you can't. It's up to the Texans. So we'll see. Till next time, guys, we will see you. Enjoy this weekend's championship games.
Oh, and enjoy.
What else we got?
Never mind. I was going to say next time we see you, we'll have next time we talk to you, we'll have a new president. But I don't want to get political.
Oh, true. Inauguration week.
Hopefully we all survive
alive
Wednesday.
Apocalypse just happens out of nowhere. Happy MLK Day. I'm glad he's dead because he'd be pissed to see what we're living in right now. So peace. This has been Dunn and Drew, baby.
He'd be fine. He'd probably be MAGA, low-key.
Jesus. You think he'd be at the White House with Trump?
You'd probably get the Medal of Honor or whatever it's called. All right.
Austen Lane. What do I call him in the description? Former Jags player.
Former Jaguars defensive lineman, current ESPN 690 radio host.
Long ass title. All right.
Peace.
Let me write that up.